here from IanArthurs.com. Thanks for checking out the video, and please make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Today's video is the second part of my Outside 101 series. In part 1, we took a small step into outside playing by using the blues scale, which helps to introduce the flat 5 into our playing. Today we're going to take a slightly bigger step into outside playing and use half-step movements to build an even bigger degree of tension. Using a pattern-based half-step motion is another great and instantly gratifying way to start playing outside because it's using scales you already play on a regular basis. It just repackages what you already know in a new and creative way. When it comes to improving as a musician, you don't always have to work on brand new concepts to add something new into your playing. The best players are working with the same 12 notes that you are. They just know how to get the most out of those notes. Today's video is more about repackaging what you already know and making it sound new and fresh. Here's some info that you need so that you can get the most out of today's lesson. We will once again be using the A minor pentatonic scale over an A minor 7 chord vamp. Just like in the last video, we are going to play over a 1-chord vamp to keep our backdrop as simple as possible. That will allow the focus to remain narrow and work on our new idea in a more isolated way. So here's the A minor pentatonic scale that we'll be using. We have the notes A, C, D, E, G, and those repeat. Now we're going to take those notes and just move them up a half step into a B flat minor pentatonic scale, which is B flat, D flat, E flat, F, and A flat, and then repeating another octave. Now this is a much bigger leap into the world of outside playing because literally none of those notes fit in with the A minor pentatonic scale, or the notes of the A minor 7 chord, which is A, C, E, and G. Therefore, you're going to notice this as a way harsher sound compared to the blues scale that we started with in part 1 of this series. It's a very simple concept and requires practice to get comfortable with. One thing I would like to point out is that when we are doing this half-step movement, you don't want to play up the half-step for very long at all. You should actually take a small pattern from the A minor pentatonic scale and then do a direct copy of it up a half-step, and then come back down into your A minor pentatonic scale, repeating the same lick back in your home base, so to speak. You can certainly build on this idea and use other scales or arpeggios, or even chord shapes, moving up and back a half step once you get comfortable with it. But you definitely want to start with just a small portion of the pentatonic scale to get used to hearing it and using it. So I'm going to do a demonstration for you, and I'll kind of talk through it so you can understand what I'm doing as I'm going. First thing I'm going to do is really establish my root note, which is A, right here in the middle of my minor pentatonic position. Once my root note is established and I have that sound in my head, then I can start to hear other notes venturing away from it and then return to it and still kind of have that definition of that root note in my ear without losing it. Okay, then I'm going to try actually playing one simple lick and then moving it up a half step, playing that same lick, then moving it back down, playing the same lick. Here we go. I'll do it again with a different lick. Try it a little bit differently here again. So it's not a hard thing to do physically, You just have to make sure that, once again, like we said earlier, that you don't stay too long in that half step up position. So you could even literally just do a couple notes. And that's probably a good way to start, is just really small phrasing. That way you don't spend too long up a half step and lose that sound of your root position. We want to keep that root in our ears the whole time. If you lose that, well then that probably means that you stayed up too long. So you can see it's not really that complicated. This one's actually a very easy pattern-based movement. You just need to take that pattern, move it up a half step, and then move it back down a half step. If you do it right, it kind of adds, just like we said, tension, and then release. You just go back. So that's it for today's lesson. I hope you all enjoyed it and got something out of it. Please leave me a comment and let me know how this goes for you. And please be sure to like, subscribe, and finally, remember to check me out at ianarthurs.com, where you can also find a jam track to play along with for today's lesson and practice what we're talking about in this video. Thanks, and I'll see you on the next one.